Math is important. You use it in your everyday life. For example, calculating what time you'll be at a destination. It is very important that you continue and learning math. Math rocks. I love math.
Alright, let's go over question number 5. Each one of these problems refers to the quadratic function y equals x squared minus 2x minus 15. Which equations are equivalent to y equals x squared minus 2x minus 15? Okay, this refers to that chart problem that you guys did in your skills practice. Now, what form do I have here in, let's pick a color. Let's say yellow. What is this in yellow? What form is this? It has no parentheses. So this is standard form. What is standard form? ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, let's look over here now. What do you notice about choices A and B? In green, these are one set of parentheses, one set of parentheses. And we're using your folder. What form is that? That is vertex form. And that means this leftover one here is factored form. It has two sets of parentheses, two sets of the parentheses. So that is factored form. Okay, so what does that mean we have to do? We first have to transform the yellow into the green, and then try to see if I can do it by colors. Yellow to green, okay, and then yellow to blue. Let's first get it into the green. Let's get into vertex form. How do I get it into vertex form? Well, you're gonna have to do everyone's favorite. You're gonna have to do complete the square. Let's complete the square here. I like to write it y equals x squared minus 2x minus 15. I like to move it over there. And really, that's not even enough. I like to do it even more. Okay. Well, how do you complete the square? Well, you're going to have to, first my a value is 1, which is good. And then the next thing I'm going to have to do is have to use this formula, b over 2 squared. The b value is negative 2. And then negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And negative 1 squared, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Okay, so I'm going to write positive 1. Pay attention now. Remember, let's just say you have your bank account. And let's just say you've been dreaming and you want to change your bank account. But banks want to make sure everything, you can't just get money. And you don't really want to lose your money. So it has to equal 0. Do you notice the green plus the yellow equals 0? Okay, why do I do that? So that in this red box here, you can factor. Let's factor. A is 1, B is negative 2, and C is 1. A times C is 1, B value is negative 2. What are my two numbers? My two numbers are negative 1 and negative 1. So I have y equals x, it should be y equals x minus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, out here you have negative 1 and the negative 15 equals negative 16. Negative 1 minus 15 is negative 16. Okay, then you just put it together. You have, this is how you know you're doing it correctly. You have two of these that are the same expression squared, right? And this is my answer. So let's see. We're trying to get vertex form. To get to one set of parentheses, you have to complete square, which is we just did, and the answer is A. Okay. Okay, so that means the other vertex form is not B. Okay, now we just now need to factor the one in yellow. So let's again, we're going through this problem here, and we're trying to factor this. So how do I get to that blue box down here? We're going to have to factor. Let's factor. A is 1, B is -2, right? No number there, it's positive 1. Number in front of x, and z value is -15. A times c is -15. B value is -2. My two numbers, multiply them, are 5 and 3. But when you add them together, it has to equal -2, so this one has to be a -5. -5 plus 3 equals -2. You're adding those. The one's in purple, and you are multiplying this direction. Okay, what does that mean for us? When you factor x squared minus 2x minus 15, my answer is going to be just right x minus 5 plus 3. Okay, that's my answer. So that's going to be choice. Which one is it? -5 and +3 is choice D is your answer. So the two answers. Which equations are equivalent are A and D. Okay. Part B. What is the vertex of the function? Well, think about this. You have, what is the vertex? Well, you already have one of the forms. That's called vertex form in green. So let's go over here and take something from this. What is vertex form? Y equals, from your foldable, guys. So, A is 1. Okay, let me do it again. There has to be this minus sign. So, try to painfully look down, circle the minus sign. See that? H is positive 1. Some students think of it as the opposite. K is -16. Okay, so what does that tell us? It tells me that the vertex of the function is 1, -16. Okay, so -16. And then it says, what are the roots or x-intercepts of the function? What are roots? Remember, I'm trying to hopefully point this out to you guys. In quadratics, it's just where it crosses the x-axis. Right? Say this is your parabola, and how do you know what the answers are? Look. Well, let's do some math here. X minus 5, you set it equal to 0. Set it equal to 0, 0 product rule. Add 5, x equals 5, and x equals 3. Okay? So, let's use red. Okay, those are my two answers, 5 and -3. So your graph's doing something like this. Okay, so the red dots are our roots, which are 5 and -3. I need to make sure that you can interchange them, right? You can have -3 and -3, 0, and 5, 0 to get full credit. Just want to make sure. And then D, what is the y-intercept? So if you guys think about each of these forms, what they're asking you is just, what are the key characteristics? Well, the y-intercept form comes from, I did that yellow, is the standard form, which is your C value. which is negative 15. So that's negative 15. So let's just make sure. Pull down option is 5 and negative 3. Okay, it would also be correct if you pick the other direction. You can also have negative 3 and 5. So it has to be in those kind of pairs.
Question number 5 asked me to simplify, and you'll notice that's multiplication of binomials. So you either use FOIL or I use the box. 6 plus 5i is one quantity, and then 4 minus 4i, so I multiply is 24, negative 24i, 20i, negative 20i squared. Then you can just combine the terms, so multiply first and then add. 24, this become negative 4i, and this is negative 20i squared. I squared is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 20 is positive 20, 20, and then 20 and 24 gives me 44. 44 minus 4i. So it's A.
We love math, A. We love math, A. We love math, A. Every time we divide, we already know the path, A. Then we multiply, all we gotta do is roll the die, A.